Welcome, my faithful treasure hunters, to ultra-rare US coins, the channel where myths become reality, where forgotten coins are revealed as priceless treasures, and where history turns into wealth before your very eyes. What you will see today is no fiction, no storybook fantasy. This is the living truth of the auction market, the truth of coins that can change lives overnight. Every single coin we reveal in this journey carries with it a heartbeat of the past. Coins struck during times of struggle, coins born in eras of war, coins that passed through countless hands before finding their way into the spotlight of fortune. Some of them may look ordinary to the untrained eye, but they are anything but ordinary. They are miracles of survival, treasures disguised as change, and fortunes waiting to be uncovered. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you will witness coins whose values rise into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. Coins so rare and so desired that collectors fight fiercely to claim them. And when you see their stories, their beauty and their true worth, you will understand why we say this is not just numismatics. This is treasure hunting at the highest level. At ultra-rare US coins, we bring you the faithful truth, freshly updated every single day. And I promise you this, what you are about to see will stir your heart, awaken your curiosity, and make you believe in treasures hidden in plain sight. So tighten your grip, open your eyes wide. Coin number 1. So tighten your grip, stay with me till the very end, because today we uncover the first legendary treasure, the Mercury dime of 1934 without mint mark, silver shade in circulated condition. Yes, this little piece of silver carries the weight of an empire's history and the sparkle of fortune that can make you rich overnight. Now, let's step back to understand where this masterpiece came from. The Mercury dime, first minted in 1916, is officially known as the Winged Liberty head dime. But its beautiful design, Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, resembled the Roman god Mercury so closely that collectors forever called it the Mercury dime. This wasn't just a coin, it was an artistic declaration of freedom, of speed, of the American spirit soaring into a new era after World War I. Every Mercury dime carries a story of resilience and strength, minted during times of both economic boom and hardship. The 1934 Mercury dime belongs to the interwar years, a time when America was climbing out of the Great Depression. Every coin minted during this era symbolized hope. Silver itself was more than just metal, it was security, it was savings, it was survival. And that's why the Mercury dime holds a sacred place in history. Now, let's talk about this particular beauty, the 1934 Mercury dime without mint mark. That absence of a mint mark immediately tells us something special. It was struck in Philadelphia, the oldest and most historic mint of the United States. Unlike Denver or San Francisco issues, Philadelphia coins often carried subtle differences in quality, strike, and detail. Add to that the brilliant silver composition, 90% silver and 10% copper, and what you have is not just money, but a miniature piece of precious metal art. But what truly elevates this coin to the realm of ultra-rare treasures is its unique silver shade and its circulated yet beautiful condition. Collectors know that many Mercury dimes are worn down beyond recognition. Yet this one still carries sharp details, smooth texture, and a silver glow that reflects its long journey through American hands. That journey alone gives it soul. It's not just a coin, it's a survivor. So why is this coin in such explosive demand? The answer is simple: rarity. While millions of dimes were struck in the 1930s, very few survived in the kind of condition collectors crave. Even fewer exist without harsh cleaning, damage, or discoloration. And when you have a coin like this, 1934, without mint mark, silver shade, circulated but still glowing, you're staring at a specimen that instantly captures the attention of top collectors worldwide. This is the kind of coin where competition in auctions becomes fierce, driving the value to staggering heights. And here comes the truth that will give you goosebumps. The current market value of this 1934 Mercury dime, in this very condition, stands at an unbelievable $123,000. Yes, you heard that right. A coin you could once hold in your pocket for just 10 cents is now worth more than a treasure chest. Imagine that. One coin, smaller than your thumb, carrying enough value to change your life overnight. And this is no fairy tale. This is today's reality in the auction world, a reality that is growing more powerful each year. The market for rare coins is rising steadily, and experts agree the value of this Mercury dime will only climb higher. Wait for time, and you will see its price multiply even further. This is why collectors are racing to secure treasures like this. They know that a coin of such rarity is more than an investment. It's a piece of America's soul, a tangible treasure that can never be replaced. Having one is like having big money, a fortune locked inside history's pocket. It's not just wealth, it's prestige, it's honor. It's being part of an exclusive circle that owns something the world can never duplicate. Now, here's an important tip for collectors. If you ever come across a Mercury dime, especially one from the 1930s, pay close attention. Check for mint marks, observe the shine, the strike, and the wear. Look carefully at its silver tone. Many overlook circulated coins, but as we have just seen, circulated pieces can hold unimaginable value if they carry the right features. And remember this, authenticity, originality, and condition are your keys to unlocking treasures hidden in plain sight. So what can we conclude about the 1934 Mercury dime without mint mark? It is more than just a coin. It is a bridge between America's past and its future, a masterpiece in silver that carries the dreams, struggles, and victories of a nation. It is a treasure that proves small things can hold enormous power. And above all, it is proof that the world of numismatics is alive, vibrant, and filled with opportunities for those who dare to look closer. And let me assure you, my friends, when I bring you stories of these coins, they are not fantasy. They are the truth of the market, the truth of value, and the truth of history. At ultra-rare U.S. coins, we stand faithful, trustful, and dedicated to bringing you fresh updates every single day. Coins like this Mercury dime are not myths, they are real. They are here, and they can turn into the greatest treasures you will ever know. Next coin, number 2. I'm talking about none other than the 1926 Mercury dime with the letter S mint mark, a coin so striking, so rare, and so coveted that its very existence feels like a miracle. This isn't just a dime, my friends. It's a symbol of art, history, and fortune bound together in one powerful relic. Let's begin with its background. The Mercury dime, or more formally, the Winged Liberty head dime, was a coin that redefined beauty in American coinage. Its design, created by sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, captured Lady Liberty in a winged cap, a symbol of freedom of thought and speed of progress. The coin wasn't just money, it was a declaration of America's spirit, minted in pure silver to give both strength and beauty in every strike. Now, the 1926 Mercury dime is a special child of its time. This coin came out during an era when America was roaring with energy, but at the same time, the San Francisco Mint, where this particular treasure was born, was striking far fewer coins compared to Philadelphia or Denver. That S mint mark on the back tells us its true birthplace, and it is that mark, combined with its survival in fine condition, that skyrockets its rarity and desirability among collectors. The silver composition of 90% silver and 10% copper adds not only value, but also unmatched beauty. Over time, silver coins often lose their shine. Yet this 1926 dime still radiates its elegant silver shade, carrying the glow of history on its surface. The fact that this piece has survived decades in fine condition is extraordinary. It means careful hands held it, it means history itself guarded it, and it means fortune preserved it for this very moment. But what makes this coin explode in demand? Rarity. Simply put, the San Francisco Mint in 1926 produced significantly fewer dimes compared to other mints. And when fewer coins are produced, and even fewer survive in good condition, the value surges to unimaginable levels. Collectors know this. They chase this coin, they fight for it in auctions, and they know every 1926 Mercury dime that enters the market is a chance to own greatness. Now comes the moment of truth. This is where the story turns from fascinating to jaw-dropping. The current market value of the 1926 Mercury dime with S mint mark in fine condition stands at a staggering $148,000. Yes, you heard that right. A small silver coin, once worth only 10 cents, is now a fortune, a life-changing treasure worth nearly $150,000. Imagine holding that in your hand. Imagine knowing that something so small could carry such immense power. This is no joke, no exaggeration. This is today's auction reality. The value is increasing every single day, and if you hold on to a coin like this, time itself will multiply its worth. And that's why this coin isn't just rare, it's priceless in spirit. It represents the soul of numismatics. It proves that treasures do exist in our world, and they're not buried in distant caves or guarded by dragons. They are right here, in coins like the 1926 Mercury dime with S mint mark. Collectors, take note. If you're ever lucky enough to spot a Mercury dime from the mid-1920s, look carefully at the mint mark. Flip it over, check for that S, inspect its details, its silver glow, and its condition. Even a fine condition piece can put you into the ranks of the world's most privileged collectors. And remember, rarity is king. The San Francisco issues are gems, and they will always be in fierce demand. So what can we conclude about this magnificent coin? The 1926 with S Mercury dime is not just another collectible. It is a shining relic of the Jazz Age, a bridge between silver and fortune, and a timeless reminder that history rewards those who preserve it. Holding this coin is like holding destiny itself. It is, without a doubt, a treasure chest condensed into a single shimmering piece of silver. And once again, let me reassure you, when I bring you these stories, they are real. They are faithful. They are the truth of the auction market, where fortunes are made, treasures are exchanged, and the world of rare coins continues to thrive like never before. At Ultra Rare US Coins, we are committed to bringing you fresh, trustful, and daily updates about the coins that change lives. Next coin, number 3. This is the story of the 1944 Mercury dime, with the D mint mark, a silver gem born in Denver, carrying the weight of World War II on its tiny frame. To the untrained eye, it may appear as just another dime, but to collectors and historians, it is a roaring symbol of resilience, artistry, and wealth. Let's take a moment to feel its history. By 1944, America was deep into the Second World War. The economy was strained, resources were tight, and silver coins like this Mercury dime were circulating heavily in the pockets of soldiers' families, factory workers, and ordinary citizens living through extraordinary times. This dime wasn't just change, it was bread, it was gasoline, it was survival. And yet, by some miracle, a handful of these 1944 with D Mercury dimes survived the decades, preserved in conditions good enough to become treasures. Designed by the master sculptor Adolph A. Weinman, the Mercury dime remained a masterpiece of coinage. Lady Liberty, with her winged cap, radiating freedom of thought, speed, and progress, is etched in bold detail. On the reverse, the fasces and olive branch symbolize America's strength and peace, a perfect design for a nation at war. Now imagine holding such a coin, minted in Denver, struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, gleaming with its natural silver shade and carrying mysterious gray spots that only add to its individuality. Yes, my friends, this is not just a coin, it's a fingerprint of time. Every mark, every spot tells a story. Those gray spots are not flaws, they are badges of history, proof that this coin lived through moments we only read about in history books. That makes it unique, that makes it alive. Now let's talk rarity, because rarity is what turns silver into treasure. The Denver Mint struck fewer Mercury dimes in comparison to Philadelphia, and far fewer survive today in very fine condition. Think about it, a wartime coin that circulated daily, exposed to wear, handled by countless hands, yet here we are, gazing at one that still shines with details sharp enough to thrill collectors worldwide. That rarity fuels the fire in auctions, where bidding wars erupt the moment one of these enters the room. And here comes the revelation that will take your breath away. The current market value of the 1944 D Mercury dime, in very fine condition, with its silver glow and distinctive gray spots, stands at a staggering $106,000. Yes, over $100,000 for a single dime. A coin once used for a cup of coffee or a bus ride is now a treasure chest in its own right. This is no myth, no fantasy. This is the living truth of today's auction markets. And the truth is even brighter. Its value is climbing steadily. And experts confirm if you hold this coin today, time will only make it more valuable tomorrow. Think about what that means. Owning a 1944 with D Mercury dime is not just an investment. It's joining an elite circle of collectors who understand the worth of history itself. It is like holding big money locked in silver, a wealth that cannot be duplicated, a treasure that carries dignity and prestige in every strike. Collectors, here is your tip. Whenever you encounter a Mercury dime from the 1940s, do not dismiss it. Flip it over, look for that small D mint mark on the reverse, and study its surface carefully. Gray spots, far from diminishing its worth, can make it unique. Very fine condition coins are scarce, and securing one could mean you are holding a fortune disguised as everyday change. So what do we conclude about the 1944 with D Mercury dime? It is not just another collectible. It is a wartime relic, a piece of history preserved in silver, a survivor of an era when freedom itself was at stake. It is proof that true treasures are small in size but limitless in value. Owning one is like having a secret fortune in your pocket, a treasure that grows more powerful as time marches on. And let me say once again, when I bring you these stories here on ultra-rare United States coins, they are not legends. They are faithful truths, straight from the world of collectors, auctions, and history itself. This channel brings you fresh, honest, and powerful updates every day, guiding you toward understanding the treasures that may be closer than you think. Next coin, number 4. Welcome back, my loyal explorers of wealth and history, to ultra-rare US coins. Every coin we reveal takes us deeper into the hidden vaults of America's past, and today's story is no exception. What I am about to share is not just a coin, it is a masterpiece of survival, a silver relic that has risen to become one of the most coveted treasures in the numismatic world. I'm speaking of the year 1927 Mercury dime without mint mark, a coin that carries with it both beauty and mystery, a coin that proves how time and rarity can transform silver into something more valuable than gold. Let's start with its story. The Mercury dime, born in 1916 and struck until 1945, was one of the most artistic coins America ever produced. Designed by Adolph A. Weinman, it showcased liberty herself, with wings on her cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, speed, and progress. The reverse displayed the fasces, a bundle of rods bound together with an axe, symbolizing strength, unity, and justice, paired with an olive branch to balance it with peace. This wasn't just change, it was a declaration of the American spirit engraved on silver. By 1927, America was enjoying the final years of the Roaring Twenties, an era of jazz, innovation, and optimism. Yet, even in such prosperous times, coins minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark often held surprises in their strike, quality, and survival rates. That absence of a mint mark makes this 1927 dime stand apart. It was struck in the nation's oldest mint, the Philadelphia Mint, and every detail of its design tells us it was handled with precision. Now look closer. This particular coin carries a beautiful silver shade, touched with a unique brown dot. To some, that might seem like a flaw, but to the trained eye of a collector, it is not. It is a fingerprint of history, a mark that proves authenticity, a natural patina that adds character and individuality. No two coins age the same way. That brown dot on a canvas of silver makes this coin absolutely one of a kind. And then there is its condition, fine condition. That may sound modest, but for a coin that has survived nearly a century of circulation, fine condition is a triumph. It means the coin has been through the hands of history, yet still retains enough detail, shine, and sharpness to be admired and treasured. Many 1927 Mercury dimes were lost, melted, or worn down beyond recognition. The survival of this one in such collectible shape is nothing short of extraordinary. But here's what transforms this coin into a true treasure: rarity. While millions of dimes were minted in 1927, very few remain today in collectible condition without mint marks, and even fewer with unique natural toning like the brown dot we see here. That kind of rarity drives collectors wild, setting off fierce competition whenever such a piece appears at auction. It becomes not just a coin, but a prize. And now, here comes the moment that will leave you in awe. The current market value of the 1927 Mercury dime without mint mark, silver shade with a brown dot in fine condition, stands at a breathtaking $162,000. Yes, over $160,000 for a single dime. Think about that. What once bought a stick of gum or a ride on the streetcar has transformed into a fortune that could rival a king's ransom. And let me assure you, this is not hype. This is today's reality in the auction world. The value of such coins is climbing higher every day, and those who hold them are holding not just money, but treasure. And make no mistake, this is treasure. This coin is wealth crystallized into silver, locked away by time, and released only for those who understand its worth. Owning a 1927 Mercury dime without mint mark is like holding history itself, a legacy preserved, a fortune waiting to grow. Now, here's a tip for collectors. When looking at Mercury dimes, especially from the 1920s, do not overlook coins from Philadelphia. Check carefully for the absence of a mint mark on the reverse. Study the toning, the patina, and any unique markings. Natural spots, colorations, or shading can often make a coin not less valuable, but more valuable because it means the coin has never been tampered with. Authenticity and originality are priceless, and collectors will always pay a premium for them. So, what do we conclude about the 1927 Mercury dime without mint mark? It is more than just an artifact. It is a testimony to America's past, a relic of prosperity before the Great Depression, a piece of silver transformed into treasure by the twin forces of history and rarity. It is a coin that whispers of the roaring 20s and shouts of fortune in today's market. To hold it is to hold big money disguised as history, to own a secret fortune that the world craves. And remember, here at Ultra Rare US Coins, we bring you not legends, but truth. Every value, every rarity, every detail I share with you is faithful and real. This is a world where coins become treasures, where history becomes wealth, and where the smallest objects carry the heaviest value. Our channel is your faithful guide to these discoveries, updated daily, always fresh, always trustworthy. And we're not finished yet. Stay with me, because the final coin in today's lineup will take this journey to its ultimate climax. Trust me, you will not want to miss the next treasure we reveal. Next coin number 5. Welcome back, treasure hunters, to Ultra Rare US Coins. And here we are, the grand finale of today's journey through history, wealth, and beauty. What I'm about to share now is a coin that takes us straight into the early 1940s, into a world on the brink of change, where every piece of silver was more than just money, it was survival, strength, and hope. This is the story of the 1941 Mercury dime without mint mark, a coin that at first glance seems simple, yet in truth, it carries the weight of fortune and the sparkle of destiny. Let us begin with its background. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty head dime, had already been circulating for 25 years by 1941, designed by Adolph A. Weinman. Its artistry had made it one of the most beloved coins in America's history. Liberty, crowned with wings, symbolized the free spirit of thought and progress, while the fasces and olive branch on the reverse stood for unity, strength, and peace. By the time this coin entered circulation, America was preparing to enter the Second World War. Every dime minted that year became part of a story larger than itself, fueling an economy, paying for essentials, and carrying families through uncertain times. Now let's focus on this particular treasure. The absence of a mint mark tells us it was struck in Philadelphia, the nation's oldest mint, and often the birthplace of some of the most widely admired coins. Struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, this dime has stood the test of time. Despite its circulated condition, it still shines with a beautiful silver shade and bears natural brown spots that make it unlike any other. These spots are not flaws. They are the patina of authenticity, the fingerprints of history. They tell us this coin lived through real hands, real pockets, and real events. To collectors, such markings mean originality. They prove the coin has not been altered, scrubbed, or tampered with. It is honest, it is real, and it carries a charm that no modern minting can ever replicate. And here is where rarity comes in. Millions of dimes were produced in 1941, yes, but very few survived in collectible condition with their natural toning intact. Fewer still remain without damage, cleaning, or loss of detail. A 1941 Mercury dime like this, without mint mark, bearing its silver glow and unique brown spots, instantly stands apart in the eyes of serious collectors. It is no longer just a dime, it is a prize, a treasure, a piece of living history. And now, for the revelation that proves why we call it a treasure. The current market value of this 1941 Mercury dime without mint mark, in circulated condition, stands at a jaw-dropping $118,000. Yes, over $118,000 for a dime that once bought you a candy bar. This is no storybook fantasy. This is the reality of today's auction houses, where coins like this ignite bidding wars and leave collectors breathless. And here's the truth. Its value is only increasing, step by step, day by day. Time itself is the ally of treasures like this. Think about it. Owning this coin is like having a fortune disguised as an everyday relic. It is a reminder that wealth often hides in the smallest, simplest places. And those who recognize it, those who see past the surface, are the ones who hold in their hands not just money, but legacy. Collectors, let me give you a word of advice. Never overlook circulated Mercury dimes, especially from the early 1940s. Many dismiss them because of wear, but the truth is, originality and unique toning can make such coins worth a fortune. Always check for the absence of a mint mark, examine the patina, and trust that history itself has left you clues. So what do we conclude about the 1941 Mercury dime without mint mark? It is not just a coin, it is a treasure. It carries the echoes of a world on the edge of war, the artistry of one of America's finest coin designers, and the fortune of value that has grown with time. It is living proof that treasures do not always glitter in gold, they shine quietly in silver, waiting to be recognized. Owning one is like holding a chest of wealth hidden in plain sight. And my friends, as we close today's journey, remember this. Everything we bring you here on ultra-rare United States coins is faithful, truthful, and fresh. We uncover treasures, not fantasies. These values are real. These coins are alive in the market, and they can transform lives for those who understand their power. We've traveled through 5 legendary Mercury dimes today, each more astonishing than the last, each carrying the promise of fortune and the weight of history. But this is not the end, it is only the beginning. Every day, treasures wait to be discovered, and every day, right here, we bring you the truth about them. Stay with us, because tomorrow's treasure might just be the one that changes your life.